Hey, it's Rosemary here. How are you doing? Okay, well, today I've been in hospital with my daughter, but thankfully all is well. And so here we are talking again. Woohoo! Okay, so this is the thing. You know that it's been building up for a little while now. You've been thinking, you've been, dreaming of a whole different experience of life. You're fed up of waking up and doing the same old things that you've been doing for the longest time, and you want change. And you want it now. But you're somewhat kind of scared, uncertain that it's possible, and yet there's this nagging feeling that you must give it a try. So where do you begin? Let's go through a little bit of a list here, okay? Number one, decide what you want for today, okay? So that seems simple enough, right? But sometimes it's the hardest thing to know what you want. Usually, and for most people, there's just kind of a vague idea of things that they want to do, but it doesn't feel very concrete or certain or anything. And so they stay doing what feels more certain, even if it is unsatisfying. And that doesn't have to be your lot. You can start right here where you are to discover what you really do want. And yet it will be a discovery that takes place over time. That's absolutely fine. And that's why I say you decide what you want today, okay? Not what you think you're going to want for the rest of your future, but for today, what is it that you want? And then you can start to decide as well what you no longer want, because it's always easier to get clear on that. You kind of know what makes you feel uncomfortable already. For me, I no longer wanted a job. I no longer wanted anyone to tell me when to be wherever I needed to be. I no longer wanted to be away from my children as they grew up. I no longer wanted to be a pharmacist at all. It just kind of felt horrid to daily hand out drugs that I didn't feel actually fixed anything. Okay? Your turn. Make your list, make your own list. What do you no longer want in your life? And understand that some of that stuff, it doesn't have to change right immediately, or it may not even change. It might just be that you need to change your attitude to it. For a long time, I didn't think I wanted to write anymore because, the whole writing thing, it was writing English essays and writing science essays at uni and all of that kind of stuff. And it felt really terrible. I didn't want to write anymore. But then when I started writing stuff that I actually wanted to write, then I realized actually, no, it wasn't that I didn't want to write at all. It was that I didn't want to write educational, boring stuff. There was something else. There was what was it? I didn't want to learn anymore. Now, I've always been someone who enjoyed learning new things, but I got fed up of learning stuff that I just had to learn for my job, and the job that I didn't even want anymore. So it wasn't that I didn't want to learn overall, it was that I didn't want to learn stuff I didn't want to learn, okay? I was quite happy to learn stuff like business stuff, like marketing stuff, like, personal development stuff. I love learning that stuff. So some of the things that you don't want may change appearance once you realize it's just the way you've been doing it. That actually is the problem here. So once you allow yourself to do what you want, and once you allow yourself, you give yourself permission to actually do it your way, you'll start to see that actually you do want to carry on doing some of this stuff. But for now, make a list of things that you don't think that you want any longer based on your experience to date. And then make a list of what you do want with the knowledge again that you have today. So I wanted a business that allowed me to make money while having fun using my strengths. I wanted flexibility. I wanted freedom to see more of the world with my princesses and with my husband. I wanted to make lots of money and impact lots of people and build a business that did both. I want to sing, to speak, to write, and use those strengths to change people's lives. All of that kind of stuff. So I've written down all of that, and incidentally, my life is actually based around it now. It took some doing, okay? Okay, and number two. So once you've kind of made your list, you know what you don't really want anymore? And you know what you do want, okay? As of today, okay? I'm not talking about for the rest of your life. As of today. Overall, really the chances are that you want more money, to be happy, to change lives in some way, and that will feel, you change lives in a way that feels significant to you. Okay, so make a list of those things that you are particularly wanting in your life. Number two, be flexible. How you get to where you want to be doesn't really matter, as long as you get there, right? Okay, I know. That's not the way this should read, right? You need a solid plan, an A to B solid plan. But really, how is that working for you right now? You do have a solid plan. You got educated, then you you got your professional job, and then you were supposed to make enough money and be happy, right? And then you were supposed to have your few hobbies on the side, maybe if you had time for that. But how is that plan working for you? For me, it kind of felt like death inside. I hated that plan. Okay. And on the face of it, yes, it worked. I was a pharmacist. I was earning good money. And so in theory, I should have been happy with that. And I even got to help people and sing a few songs at church because, I was using my hobbies on the side. And yet I still felt kind of empty and dissatisfied inside because I knew that the majority of my life, the majority of my time needed to be spent doing things that I liked to do, like writing, speaking, singing, all of that stuff. It took some time, as I already mentioned, but I finally allowed myself to experiment with using those strengths. And I can't tell you how surprised I was to realize that I could actually make money doing the stuff that I chose to do, that I needed just to make the choice that that would be my life. And then that started to be my life. Okay. Same with you. Instead of waiting for absolute perfect clarity as to exactly what you need to do to create wealth using your strengths, just consider asking yourself what you want to do and then simply start doing it. Okay. But do it with the intention of putting it out into the world to be enjoyed by other people, not just you, because that's the key here. Yeah, I could write and speak and sing just for myself, but that doesn't actually help anyone. So therefore, the more people I actually serve, that's the more money I make. But if you don't serve anyone, so you need to put your stuff out there in the world to serve someone, and then you start making money, okay? No point hiding your light under a bushel. Number 3, get good at your strengths. The chances are you've not really spent that much time developing them because you felt you had to live a different version of your life. So now it's time, if you really do want to design a life and a business around those things that you enjoy doing, then you need to focus in on getting those things better. The truth is, for me, with singing, I spent a lot of time doing singing lessons because there was just this knowledge at the back of my head that at some point it would become useful. So then I did things like singing lessons. For my writing, I kept keeping a journal. I kept writing out what was going on inside of me and just kind of dipping in and dipping out. I never quite knew where it was going to go, but I just kept honing those skills that I particularly liked. I've always been an avid reader. So things like that, for my learning, that kept that side of things going. So right now, make a decision that you're going to start to really get good at the things that you want to base your life around, okay? You probably already have some natural talent at what you want to do. You just need to enhance that so that you grow in confidence as you learn that what you have to offer the world is absolutely great, okay? Number 4, take action. Just take action. Clarity comes as you take action. You can't sit on the sidelines of your own life and wait for your ship to come in. You have to get into the fray, even when it feels uncertain and it feels kind of tough. Even when your experience of life, your current experience of life, seems so much more sure and certain and it feels foolhardy for you to spend all your time pursuing dreams. At least that's the way it will feel to start with, okay? Even then, you have to deliberately take action to get what you really, really want. You can start exactly where you are. There's no need to drop everything, but you do need to create room for the new things that you'll be doing to move your life more in the direction of what you want, okay? One thing you know for certain is that nothing will change until you change something. So here is a simple plan for you to use just 90 minutes each day to promote your new ideas, your new products, your new services, your new business opportunity. It will help you get started and then you can refine it as you go. So download that simple plan at rosemarynonnynight.com/90min. So 90min, M-I-N. Okay. You can have a life and a business that makes you come alive, and abundance really is your birthright, but you have to choose to fight for it, to create it, to design the life, the business you want, because you can. Okay. Okay. So get to work. Follow those 4 steps. Number 1, decide what you want today. Be flexible. Get good at using your strengths. And then take action. Okay? It's time to fight for to create the life, the business you want. Until the next time, bye.